Hi friends, I hope you have a wonderful day, and this time I'm gonna be reacting to the 2025's F1 season. 21 minutes, and yeah. Let's just check it out.
The 2025 Formula One season! A year that has made every F1 fan go through all the human
Where can I find this? What is that?
emotions, and so did every driver. They went through grief, happiness, regrets, redemption, while some just went straight to the barriers. But those things have made F1 this year best described as a roller coaster. That, ladies and gentlemen, I've actually created one for this video, and I call it the Heart Attack Express. Recapping all 24 race weekends, and with no bullshitting, I'm just gonna get straight into it. The ride starts by climbing and climbing, because before the season even started, we already had 6 new rookies coming in. Hulkenberg to Sauber, Sainz to Williams, but as the coaster reaches the top, we have Lewis Hamilton joining Ferrari, and this was hype. The pictures of Lewis and Maranello testing the car, him and Charles together, they were oozing aura.
This is giving me like a... This is giving me like a nightmare type of situation. I understand whoever did make this tried to look like a doll. I don't know, funk pop or whatever they called. It's so creepy. No, thank you.
But let's not forget, they're wearing red. What's coming next is inevitable, because F1 in 2025 starts with Ferrari disaster class. F1's first race was finally back in the land down under, and when it started raining, almost all the rookies crashed, while Ferrari said that Charles Leclerc's wet seats
must be the water.
And Lewis Hamilton's engineer was an annoying prick.
K1, you close. K1 available. The K1, that's for practice.
If Riccardo Adami said that many Ks in another context, I'd think he was part of a clan with pointy hats, going by the name of Riccardo Adami, who's known for ordering Lewis around. And McLaren also fumbled. Oscar almost DNF'd, but with his indomitable Aussie spirit, he pushed through. And as soon as F1's second race, China, Ni hao, Liam Lawson immediately fails to survive as Max Verstappen's teammate, while Ferrari receives a double DNF. So the season was already off to a bad start for most people. Hajar cried after a crash, and Carlos was in a Williams. And other teams continued to get cooked. Jack Doohan threw his car out of existence, and his F1...
Doohan? Where did he... went? Because I don't remember... Huh? Okay, I know I just joined F1 like in the mid of last year, but huh?
One seat just a week later in Japan, making Alpine's total of 10 fans beyond depressed. But while that was happening, one man was cooking, and it was the pastry himself.
Oscar Piastri wins the Bahrain Grand Prix. Piastri powers by. Extraordinary stuff from the Australian. Oscar Piastri wins. Oscar Piastri wins. The Australian is a Grand Prix winner.
After Australia, Oscar won in China, Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, taking the championship lead in just his 3rd season, while Lando French kisses a wall. Then in Miami, after Lando adds to his bottle collection, Oscar pulls stunning moves that I just had no words. But in Monaco, Lando claps back, winning with ease, while Charles was ready to turn him into Swiss cheese. And Alonso gets his 3rd DNF of the season. I don't really know how much more I can take. Then we had Spain, where Oscar flied away, leaving Bottolo Norris to fend off Verstappen. And he thankfully did, since the RB21 is as fast as the RB19, if Zach Brown was sitting on it. But Max is still Mad Max, so when there was a safety car in lap 56, he got pitted for hards. And boy, he was so pissed that he almost bottles the restart, and then decides to ram into... to George. These two were already divorced gay parents in 2024, and now
what? I don't know. Divorced parents? Huh?
it looks like they're fighting for child custody. Who was the pregnant one? Don't even ask. But after Max's literal crash out, the season soon became Oscar versus Lando. The McLaren Civil War made the roller coaster swing left and right. And like a premature nut, Oscar versus Lando hit climax immediately in the next race, Canada, that no one still recognizes as Stroll's home race. I'm pretty sure Canadians don't want to claim him either, not even the polar bears. Sir, what do you think about Lance Stroll? Thank you, sir. But in Canada, George won out of nowhere like usual. I'm telling you, Woody here can get a podium by just rubbing one
He is a Woody.
out in his car instead of actually trying. But during the race, Oscar showed his racecraft fighting Lando, who then went for a gap that didn't exist, French kissing yet another wall. And off to the next race, Austria, where Oscar got warned by his own team for risking an overtake on Lando.
Oscar, feedback from the pit wall. We can't do that again.
And this was the beginning of McLaren's papaya rule drama.
The papaya rules worked.
Where?
Breached, yeah, shit. I mean,
But before tensions worsened in McLaren, F1 headed to the UK. And from this point, the Heart Attack Express was looping and birds are hitting you straight in the face. In Silverstone, it started raining and it became exactly like Australia. Ferrari fumbled hard, all the rookies just fucking perished, and Oscar was about to win until he got a 10-second penalty for brake checking Verstappen, who then spun out of the race anyway. And everyone was losing it. But hold on a minute. Is that a green jelly bean in P4? Nico Hulkenberg was one position away from a podium and he overtook Stroll, denied Hamilton, and as Lando won the race, he crossed the line in P3. Nico Gothenburg finally got his first podium.
Lego.
This was the best part of the season. Try to change my mind and I'll smack the shit out of you. But next up was Belgium, and the Heart Attack Express is now going so fast that you just get flung to the gates of heaven. In the sprint, Oscar had the win, but then came Max Verstappen, who stole the lead. But since Oscar is a man that learns from his mistakes, which is why I call him Mr. I Understand It Now, he remembered the move Max used in the sprint and pulled the same one on Lando in the race. But the week after in Hungary, Lando edged Oscar by just 7/10 for the win. However, Oscar strikes back again in the Dutch Grand Prix, earning a grand slam while Lando's engine shat itself and Isaac Hadjar got his first podium. And at this point, the championship was heading to Oscar. He had a 34-point lead on Lando. People were rejoicing. But before you think that
Kinda me.
the championship was just gonna be between the two McLaren drivers, think again, because you can't forget the Lion himself. Throughout 2025,
I want to see where that video was from. It's damn creepy.
McLaren has had the superior car. Say otherwise, I'm also smacking the shit out of you. But even without the fastest car, Max was hunting. We're currently at race 15, Zandvoort, but let's move 12 races back to Japan, where Max stole pole, pressured Lando into touching grass, and won the race. Then in Saudi Arabia, he clings to second. In Miami, he was the reason Lando bottled his start. And in Imola, Max pulled the craziest move on Oscar, stealing his win. But then Red Bull turned to bullshit. Max had a few mixed races, bad results in Monaco, Spain, a good one in Canada.
10th? He got even 10th? Okay.
DNF in Austria, and P5 in Silverstone.
DNF.
And if that was
I can't remember if I can't remember what I remember.
stressful enough, a bomb dropped. After Silverstone, Christian Horner got fired. And why? Well, Red Bull says it's poor performance, but I think it's either the stupid power struggles, Horner saying that
I say poor performance in different ways.
Oscar is his ideal Max replacement, or him obviously not being able to keep his dick in his pants. So with Laurent Mekies now steering the Red Bull ship that's filled with 15 holes, Max was still doing mid. P4 in Belgium, P9 in Hungary, the RB21 was nowhere. Its pace was being held on by all the spirits of the team's second drivers. But unlike Red Bull's complicated management, it's quite... But now we're back to Zandvoort. Max finishes second, but he's still 104 points behind Oscar. So for him to win the championship, he needs either a generational lock-in or for someone to have a generational choke. And
What?
Max got both of those things. Immediately in Monza, he locked in, won the race while Lando had a slow stop, which led to McLaren telling Oscar to swap positions with Lando, which
Where I wanted to show some fingers.
made Oscar fans pissed.
So do you think McLaren is biased against Oscar Piastri and costing him the World Championship?
You're asking me for an opinion there.
What about you, Minister?
I definitely think he's cut some raw decisions this year. And
They were convinced Zach Brown spends his free time sniffing Lando's meat. And honestly, I can't even defend Zach on this one. Max's gap is now down to 94 points. And then Azerbaijan. Max wins again with Lando in P7 after he bottled qualifying. And Oscar turns into a literal pastry in the race, jump-starting, losing multiple places, and then crashes out. Gap down to 69.
simply lovely.
And from this race, Oscar started struggling. The generational choke Max was praying for came true. Fast forward to Singapore. In lap 1, Oscar and Lando had an incident that pissed off Piastri that he cut off Zach's radio at the end of the race.
Yeah, but if he has to avoid another car by crashing into his teammate, then that's a pretty shit job of avoiding.
1 hour later.
Good race, tough race. Thank you for...
But McLaren...
At first, I really thought something went wrong and they just shut it. Or, I don't know. They effed up, wanted to speak to Lando, but didn't. And I thought something went wrong, not just Oscar just turned off.
Still won the constructors, while Max finished ahead of both drivers, gap down to 63. And then came the US Grand Prix, a tipping point for Oscar. After all of the papaya rule bullshit he had to endure, Oscar said, fuck that. So in the sprint, he sends it, collides with Hulkenberg, and hits Lando in the process, resulting in this beautiful McLaren double DNF. And in the race, Max soared to the sunset with zero competition, gap down to 40. And then we had Mexico, then Brazil, where Oscar was still choking. But honestly, it's fine. It's only his third season. People always forget that. That's how good Oscar really is. However, F1 doesn't stop for...
Like, I don't know where it's... which season it's okay to be perfect and just win all the races and World Cup, you know. I don't know, please someone tell me. I don't know.
Anyone. So Max and Lando took full advantage of the choke. In Mexico...
Is it AI? It's too damn creepy. And kind of weird position to run, but okay.
Lando bagged the win, retaking the championship lead from Oscar, with Max finishing in P3, now only 36 points behind Lando. And then Brazil came, and this race was cinema, featuring Max Verstappen as the protagonist. And it starts with a wet sprint race where Oscar bottles again, so did other drivers, and in the same corner, Max suffers a similar slip, but saves it like a fucking G. But then the plot thickens. Max gets P16 in qualifying, and to make things worse, he decides to swap engines starting in the pit lane with Lando in P1. So all hope was lost.
Not.
But this is Max Verstappen we're talking about.
Yeah. Out and away we go. Piastri still keeping that fourth place.
Portoletto, the local hero, is stopped. He's in the barriers.
Piastri locks up, goes for it, and he makes contact with Antonelli, and that then forces Antonelli into to Charles Leclerc, and at the same time, Max Verstappen makes a move on Lewis Hamilton. Verstappen top himself up into now 9th place. Right there, Martin, into turn 1. Max Verstappen is up into the top 5, trying to make his way up into the top 3, and George Russell could be a bit vulnerable here. He's going to have to go round the outside, Verstappen, and does swoop round the outside. He knew exactly where he had to put his car. Russell made it hard. Verstappen made it look easy. Verstappen from the pit lane comes home to finish on the podium. What an effort from him.
This Stanley Cup.
Yeah, I guess when someone will make it again, like a new compilation with Verstappen, this is totally gonna be in there. Because it's just Verstappen.
Drinking gamer e-boy went from pit lane to P3 like it was another Sunday church sermon. But sadly for Max, Lando still won, so the gap increased to 49 points. He could have gotten P2, but Kimi Tortellini defended too well. I can see why Toto treats him like his own child. But before we go forward, let's check up on Ferrari. Yeah, I think they're dead. 2025 has been tough for Ferrari. They got a double DNF in China over an illegal car. Then in Zandvoort, Charles gets sniped by Kimi while Lewis crashes by himself and starts saying that he's useless and a nightmare.
I'm just useless.
But that isn't obviously the case.
It clearly is.
What?
And the nail in the coffin for Lewis was while he was having a nightmare of a season, Carlos in a Williams got a podium before him. As for Charles, well, those eyes never change. And while Max was on his Sao Paulo mission, Ferrari got another double DNF. Same exact process as Zandvoort. Charles gets killed.
Wait, it's already third?
By Kimi, Lewis kills himself.
One time is funny, 2 times is fucking annoying, no?
Like I mentioned before, the universe always finds ways to balance itself through Ferrari. 2024 was amazing for them, so what comes up must come down. But Ferrari fans, this means that eventually it should be your year, guys. It's only delusional until it works. Or it's only delusional until you off yourself.
This is
Right,
perfect.
guys? Up top. Nothing? Alright. But now we can head to Vegas and Qatar, where the F1 roller coaster pulls you back from heaven and slams you on the ground. If you're a McLaren fan. McLaren has been disappointing throughout 2025. Slow stops, papaya rules, strategy bad enough to rival the Red Clowns. Sir, can you tell me what strategy we're using today? And these 2 races prove that McLaren...
Perfect strategy. I love it. I love it.
McLaren still couldn't get past their midfield habits.
What a joke! What a joke!
To start, Vegas, where Lando adds another bottle to his collection, losing the lead to Max. However, McLaren then told him to start hunting.
You want me in DRS or try to overtake him? Overtake him. We're gonna go get Max.
Yeah, never mind, he didn't hunt for shit. And then McLaren gets a double DNF for running their cars too low, helping no one but Max, whose gap is now down to 24 points. And Qatar was just as messy for the papaya fools. In lap 7, Hulkenberg spun out, causing a safety car. But instead of pitting, McLaren stayed out for flexibility.
We should have just followed him.
This was such a dumb move. I'm still hating it, but okay.
They have lost all their flexibility for the remainder of the race.
Yeah.
No fucking way! So then Lando finished in P4, ahead of Kimi as he failed to cockblock Lando, while Oscar was frustrated with P2 knowing he could have won. But McLaren's biggest concern was Verstappen finishing first, who's now just 12 points behind Lando. So finally we reached the end. With all the stuff that happened throughout the season, no matter how much McLaren won, all roads led to Abu Dhabi. The championship was going to either of these three, with Lando needing a podium to be champion, while Max and Oscar need both a win and for Lando to bottle again. And as the lights went out, everybody's shivers were timbering. Max got the launch of his dreams, while Lando tries to survive, but a few corners later, Piastri swoops round the outside, and then Charles was hunting after Lando every other lap, risking his podium. But like usual, the hunter fails to hunt. However, the tension continues as he goes for a pit stop, comes out, and has to pass Yuki Tsunoda that was ready to pull the greatest defense of all time, and it's already fucking over. God damn it. Perez, perhaps I treated you too harshly. And as laps went by, positions stayed the same, so Max won the race, Oscar finished second, and Lando was third, crowning him as F1's 2025 world champion. A brilliant drive, truly showing his capabilities, recovering from all the bottles.
Oh, hell no!
However, Lando's championship felt a little off, because there were still so many people that hated him, whether it's over papaya rules or his actions, and it doesn't help when his own dad said this after he won.
And no one remembers. I was trying to think, I don't remember who came second because they're real, or maybe they did.
Like the guy who came second isn't remembered? Who? Like your son in 2024? Zero class for a man of your net worth. I'll be honest here, even I personally preferred Oscar or Max to win, but I won't dog on Lando's title. We can't stoop down to the level.
But like, can you imagine if like Oscar would win and Lando wouldn't, and he is much longer in F1 than Oscar? That would be so painful. But still, I would want Oscar to win maybe this year. Fingers crossed. I don't know, but yeah.
Of Team LH or Adam Norris. We are haters, but we're professionals. But to end on a good note, I want to list down gifts I'd give all the F1 people this season. Starting with Lando, who's getting a 12-pack bottle carrier. Oscar is getting a How to Stop Choking ebook and a photo of his father Charles. As for Max, I'll give him a dinosaur, since he was the Jurassic Park T-Rex chasing McLaren.
Must go faster.
Please don't show that video, it's too damn creepy.
Goat, need I say more? All the rookies are getting a warm hug from Santa. They all have their special moments. Lewis is getting antidepressants, gifted from Charles, while Waffle Brown gets the Cringe of the Year award for this radio message.
Is this the World Champion hotline?
Shut your fucking mouth!
And lastly, MBS Mild Bowel.
He probably thought he is so damn funny, and so, I don't know. That was damn cringe.
Syndrome, the FIA president gets Creep of the Year, as he literally rubbed Lando's hair 5 times. Like,
so many times he was touching him. Oh, that was so nasty, actually.
It's a fucking genie pot every time he sees him. Oh, Lando, I wish that everybody would pay attention to me this year. Shut the fuck up. Get the fuck out of here, you little fucking gerbil. Like, this dude is so weird that there are literal F1 team bosses who have been to Epstein's Island, and yet MBS somehow looks creepier. But there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the 2025.
I thought that he will say like he was there too, but yeah, he is much creepier than those guys. Oh.
Season summarized. This year has been an amazing journey. Honestly, this channel started as a dumb project that I never expected to grow, but hey, I'm not complaining. So congrats to Max, Lando, Oscar for putting quite the championship fight, and obviously people will still debate on this championship, like if Lando didn't DNF or if Oscar didn't give back positions. But remember guys, it's racing. You can't use hypotheticals. Quoting from the man himself,
if my mom had balls, she would be my dad, so...
One thing I didn't think I'd say, Max, you are now race leader.
The checkered flag first, Oscar Piastri wins the Belgian Grand Prix. Lando Norris is the Formula One World
I wouldn't say like I didn't cry with Norris. So I did cry a bit. It's still great, you know, when you're working up for your dreams and you finally got it. But yeah, I didn't know that Ferrari got so many double DNFs. That was a surprise, actually. So yeah. Thank you for watching this video with me, and I really hope that you did enjoy. And if you did, please consider to leave a like and subscribe, and hopefully I'm gonna see you next time. And if you have other suggestions, of course, please leave them in my Discord server. And yeah, have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye.